let's see a few of the steps and how we installed it. And there's two small screws that go on top. Once it's on pilot, push, hit the knob, look in, pilot light is going, release, and then turn to your setting for the desired heat. And it ignites. This is the viewfinder. To finish sealing the door, I'm going to put some weather stripping down through here so to cover this gap that goes here and across the top. Well, I just finished the cabin and I'm doing a solo overnight, and it's cold outside, probably 0 to 5 above, and I'm trying to see if the changes I did to the stove will keep it warm inside. All the insulation that I've put in, whether or not that's going to keep the cabin warm, and all the chinking. So we will spend the night and give a report as far as for the lessons learned and whether they're fixed. Currently it's 20 degrees inside the cabin. Outside it's 0. Okay, I have a toilet paper roll which has dryer linen in. I'm going to set that in between them. Next to the wood logs on the side wall, I added a ceramic blanket to protect the logs, to make sure that even though we're a couple feet away from it, that the logs do not get too hot. Another test that I had was I couldn't keep it warm in here. So I've had the stove going for 15 minutes and I've taken it from 20 degrees to 60 degrees. The other problem we had from the lessons learned is we couldn't boil water. So let's see what we can do now that the stove is fixed. Okay, looks like the water's ready to boil. So I may have fixed that problem. So for dinner, I'm going to have a can of green beans and some soup. So the first thing I'm going to do is open this can with a P38, which is a military can opener. It's pretty simple. And you just go all the way around the can. I just got the soup off the stove and put it in a bowl, and it's very hot. There's steam coming off of it. So there's one of the lessons learned that I fixed, is that you now can cook on the stove. Very hot. Almost too hot to eat. Well, I had a successful winter camp inside the cabin. So I did an overnight with the lessons learned to see if they worked, to see what I changed inside the cabin, whether it worked. And so far, I think I was successful. The stove had problems. I fixed that with a ceramic mat inside so that the wood would not burn. I put a propane stove in. That kept it 60 degrees on the lowest setting. So I could have turned it up to medium or high and kept it probably 70 degrees inside. The other thing is I put more insulation in the ceiling and the eaves, and that was a success because it kept everything warm inside. The last thing I did, man, it's cold outside. The wind chill right now is -16, and it is very cold. I put more chinking and mortar in some of the joints to where I did see daylight, and that seemed to work as well. So all in all, a successful overnight in the cabin with my lessons learned fixed. One was the stove and the propane stove, both worked. The other was putting insulation in, and that worked all as well. The last thing was the chinking, and I put that in. The only thing I need to do now is caulk around the joints of the mortar to make sure that it is totally sealed. So thanks again for watching Timberline Trekkers, and we'll see you on another adventure. Please hit the like and subscribe button, then ring the notification bell. Once you ring the bell, select all notifications. Then you'll know when my next video is released. Thanks again for watching Timberline Trekkers, and we'll see you on our next adventure.